actually. I guess I'll wait till later. Good? I see. My name's Eric again. I'm a waiter, so one of the things I do is open bottles of wine for a table. So I wanted to show you when you go out to order a bottle of wine, how many people order bottles of wine? Couple. All right, for you guys who don't, eventually you're going to have that girl who you have to. So this is what to expect and why. The first thing, can I actually have 2 volunteers? Does that work? Just you and preferably a girl. Thank you. Cool. Sweet. And then one on one side and one on the other. Yep. Role play. It's easier for me. Then I feel like I'm actually doing it. All right.
Hey, honey.
So usually, not always, but the person who orders the wine is usually going to be the gentleman. The gentleman's going to ask for a wine. So when he does, I say, okay, go away. I come back. I get the bottle of wine, and I'm going to present it to him. Go like this, and what he's looking for is the year, and if it's the right bottle. Usually it's just the year, because that's the only thing that gets mistaken. Next, sorry. Materials, too, that I'm going to need is usually a cloth napkin. This is a rag, but it'll work. A bottle opener that I had on the table, didn't I? You guys stole my bottle opener? Maybe. That would be terrible if I didn't. Oh, good call. All right. So he orders the wine. It's all correct. The wine opener has a couple things on it. Has a little knife. So you cut the thing on the bottle, whatever it's called. Wrapper. You want to do it half an inch from the top. You want to keep it like away from this little brim part right here. It's kind of like they just want it to look nice. But you put your fingers around and you want to twist the bottle. This knife is pretty dull. It's not going to work that well. I might have to just pull off the whole thing. Yeah. This knife is dull, but you're going to cut all the way around the edges. And then once it's cut cleanly, you're going to grab the top, and you're just going to slip and slide it off. Oh, I did cut it. Cool. You're going to throw this away on your tray somewhere. And then you're going to take the screw on the wine bottle opener, and you're going to take the little tip, and you don't want to just push it in there just flat and just start going. It's probably not going to go in, and if it does, it'll go in sideways. You don't want it to go in sideways. You want it to go in right in the middle because it'll cut the edges or break into the side, and then cork will fall into the bottle. That looks pretty gross. You're probably going to have to get another bottle if you notice this. But so you take the screw and you put the needle or the sharp part in, do it sideways, and then you kind of do this part quick. You want to go in about as far as you can, but not too far. You don't want it to pop out the bottom. Then you usually have a tray, but if not, you're going to set this on the outside, the first one on the outside edge, and then just lift. Now when you get to the end, right about here, you don't want it to pop, not like pop bottles, because the suction's going to pull the wine out, and then it's going to spill, and it's going to look bad. So you do it pretty slow. Work it out a little bit. Oh, and this cork is dry. Wines in a bottle are supposed to lay on their side, so the cork is moist. This one is not. So it might break and do stuff like that. Cool. All right. Now, once the bottle of wine is open, it depends on the waiter or the style, but usually the waiter puts the napkin on anywhere from bringing out the wine after he presents it to after the first glass is poured. But I'm going to wait till the end because it's easier for me. I'm going to grab the wine. I'm going to pour it in over the top, not touching the glass, into the middle. Ooh. And not let it drip. That's why you have the napkin. Maybe I should do it now, huh? And I'm only going to do a little bit because he's testing the age of the wine, or testing the flavor of the wine. And how you do that is you grab the bottom and swirl it around because you want oxygen to get to that wine. It brings out the flavor and the aroma. So you taste it. You can go ahead, man. It's non-alcoholic. Yeah, go for it, man. It's a fresh opening. Go for it. If he gives me the okay, which he probably will, hopefully, I go to the next person. I don't give it to him because he ordered it. And usually you would go to the women first anyways. So then you pour it to her, and I'm going to wrap the napkin around. This is where I'll show you how to wrap the napkin around. I fold it about as thin as you can, and just make a knot over it. And then this side, you tuck one side up and under so it doesn't show. And then one side over the tail back. And you want this part to show. And this is just so it doesn't drip all over. So I'm going to pour it in. And for red wines, you only want to go to about halfway, because the idea is that red wines have to breathe, because usually they're older, they haven't been exposed to oxygen, and it brings out the flavor when it gets the air flowing through it. So she might want to swirl it around a little again. She takes a drink. Waiters, when he's done, he takes the screw off, puts a screw at the end of the table. The reason you don't put it back in like a white wine is because, again, you want the red wine to breathe, and you leave it at the end of the table. The waiter's always going to come back and refill the drinks when it's looking low, but you never fill it up past the halfway mark. All right? And so now you know what to expect when you order a bottle of wine.